I see this all the time. People coming to see me, eating healthy, doing everything right, but still their thyroid is not under control. They still feel tired. They still have brain fog. Plus, they are unable to lose weight. What they don't realize is that the so called healthy foods can also be damaging to your thyroid gland because there are certain healthy foods which actually might be harming your thyroid gland. So, today I'm sharing with you 6 so-called healthy foods that patients with thyroid disorder should avoid completely. And the number 3 food is going to completely shock you in the list. Hi, I'm Dr. Anshul Gupta, a former Cleveland Clinic functional medicine physician from US. I help people improve their chronic diseases by making personalized functional medicine plans. Let me start with the very first category, which is the fruits. Yes, this is the most controversial categories because most people are told that fruits are really healthy for their body. And don't get me wrong, fruits are healthy, but for thyroid patients, you need to eat the right fruits in the right quantity. First of all, what is the problem with fruits? Lot of fruits does have high amount of natural sugars. These natural sugars increases your insulin levels and that causes increased inflammation. This increased inflammation is the reason why you have thyroid disorders. And most thyroid patients are consuming too many fruits. That means they are consuming at least 3 to 4 servings of fruits, and that too the more sweeter fruits like mangoes, like bananas, grapes. These all fruits are going to definitely lead to insulin spike. So the right way would be only sticking to one serving of fruit a day, and that too fruits like berries, blueberries, strawberries, or apples, pears, papayas will be better fruits for your thyroid gland. The second food over here are peanuts or peanut butter. What most people do not know that the nutrient profile of peanuts is nowhere close to almonds, walnuts or other healthy nuts. Peanuts are very high in omega-6 fatty acids, which is not good for your thyroid gland. Plus, lot of times when peanuts are being grown and stored, they get contaminated with mold. And this mold produces aflatoxin which destroys your thyroid gland. So that's the reason stay away from peanut or peanut butter and instead replace it with either almonds, almond butter or walnuts. Now let's move on to the third food. And as I shared with you, this is the most surprising food of the list. And this is spinach. Yes, spinach is considered a superfood because it has so many vitamins and minerals and antioxidant. But one problem with spinach is that it is also very high in something called oxalates. The new research study shows that these oxalates can be responsible for causing inflammation and also can interfere with absorption of lot of vitamins and minerals from your gut. Now, when does spinach become a problem for thyroid patients? When you are eating too much spinach. That means in the morning you're adding spinach to your smoothies. And for your lunch and dinner, spinach is either part of your salad or of your other foods. That's where when you're consuming too much spinach, it becomes a problem for thyroid patients. So instead, if you eat spinach only 2 or 3 times in a week, then it doesn't harm your thyroid. And second of all, instead of eating raw spinach, if you cook the spinach, then you lower those oxalate levels. Now let's move on to the category number 4. This is gluten-free products. Lot of people are avoiding gluten because we have good amount of research that gluten can lead to triggering of Hashimoto's and thyroid disorders. But when people start buying gluten-free products, it is very important to notice the ingredients because most of these gluten-free products are filled with processed grains. Specifically, they are filled with a lot of soy, corn, or other artificial chemicals. And these are really harmful for your thyroid gland. So just because a product is labeled as gluten-free doesn't make it healthy. Look at the actual ingredients in that product. And if it contains soy, corn, or any other artificial chemicals and additives like gums, then you do not want to consume it. Instead, look for products which are made from whole grains like rice, quinoa, or millets. The fifth category of foods over here are raw cruciferous vegetables. These are foods like cabbages, cauliflowers, Brussels sprouts, and broccolis. Now, what is the problem with them? Research shows that consuming high amount of raw cruciferous vegetables interfere with iodine absorption from your gut. And iodine is an important mineral that your thyroid needs to produce thyroid hormone. But that doesn't mean that you need to completely avoid them. You just need to be smarter about eating them. First of all, do not eat them raw. So cooking them lower these goitrogenic chemicals in these vegetables. And again, sticking to only one serving of these vegetables a day doesn't interfere so much with your iodine absorption. The sixth food over here are high iodine foods. Now research is very clear. Too little of iodine and high amount of iodine both are bad for your thyroid gland. So you need to be very careful in that. So you need some iodine containing foods. The most common food is iodized salt, and the other foods over here can be seafood, sea vegetables, sea kelp and nori's. But some people are consuming too much iodine containing foods, or they are taking supplements which have high amount of iodine, and you need to stay away from it. What that means is that look at all your supplements and look at how much iodine containing foods you are eating on the daily basis. And if your supplements contain iodine, then you need to cut back on the iodine rich foods. On the other hand, if you do not have any iodine rich food in your diet, then make sure at least you're consuming iodized salt so you get some iodine in your diet. So today's video might be completely shocking for you, and you might not agree with some of the information I've shared over here. But the information I shared over here has helped a lot of my patients in getting their thyroid better, plus getting the quality of life they deserve. Now, I always recommend, along with avoiding these food, it is also very important to get the right nutrients for your thyroid gland, which includes zinc, selenium, L-tyrosine, and other adaptogenic herbs. And for that exact purpose, I have created this Thyroid Balance supplement, which has the right nutrients in the right form and the right quantity, so your thyroid gets the right nutrition and it can get better. The link will be in the description if you want to buy it. So I hope you like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe to my channel so you keep on getting these natural tips in the future also to improve your health, as well as share this video with others who might benefit from it. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.